For another episode of A Life Worth Mentioning, where we bring you phenomenal people that are living purpose-driven lives. Today I have my beautiful sister. She is going to introduce herself and tell us a little bit about what she does, what she is passionate about, and what gives her inspiration to keep going.
Ooh, my name is Mandisa Pungu and I am the founder and creative director at Amari Men and Amari Women. So these are brands that are African inspired that simply seek to make you feel like the best versions of who you truly are. They truly stand for strength and resilience and truly just drawing from within. That is the God strength that God has given you. And what truly inspires me is honestly God. Everything that I do is based on what He is calling me unto doing. And quite honestly, I can't imagine not doing anything that is driven by what He has called me for, because my life is not my own. And so whenever I pull from anything creative, I think of what is needed for that person. And what I love about the consultations that I have with my people is that it always turns into a counseling session, or we'll be having a prayer session. And that's what I love about what I do. It's not just about looking good, but it's about feeling good as well. So I love the concept of pulling your strength from deep within. And that is where God is truly embedded and woven from within. And also, before I get into trouble, it is a brand that oozes luxury, darling.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are going to sit down with her and learn a little bit about her. But I don't ever start a conversation without a delicious cup of tea. Are you a tea person?
I'm a tea person. I'm a tea person.
Sugar or milk?
Just no milk.
No milk?
With sugar though. Oh, honey.
Oh, honey. Are you a morning person or afternoon?
I'm a morning person.
Okay, it's in the morning. Let's go and make ourselves tea.
Yay.
Mandisa love everything to do with prints, design, and colors.
And I'm seeing a lot of things that I absolutely love here.
I want to literally pick your brain. I want to see which one is your favorite, because I know you're a colorful person like me.
This is so tough. So here's the thing, right? I always say, if I'm not in pink, I'm in print. So it's tough because I'm already seeing pink here,
yes,
or shades of, and I'm seeing beautiful prints as well here. So it is quite confusing, but if push comes to shove, I'll probably say I'm here.
Okay.
And probably because I'm also dressed in a similar,
yes.
I am drawing from that, so I'd say this one right here. And green, I mean, is all about growth,
yes,
and development,
yes,
and new beginnings. So I guess this is where I'm drawn to right now.
This is so interesting because we had a guest yesterday as well, and she's like, green is my color.
Oh, is it?
She said
I love
it's
that.
about growth, so green is my color.
Definitely with me as well. For me, it's either pink. Pink represents happiness,
yes,
and just purity. And with green and print, it all represents new beginnings and growth. And yeah, so that's how I'm drawn to that one.
I'm going to learn a lot from you today, my sister.
I'm excited.
Go and make tea.
Yay!
My sister.
Oh, my morning was rushed because I had to make sure I'm here for Pearl. But it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. I'm so excited. Oh, these.
So, my sister, if you happen to be an animal, which animals will you be and why?
Ooh, if I were to be an animal, I'd probably be a lioness. I'd probably be a lioness, mainly because I just love how protective they are of their own. I love how it's not just about them, you know, it's about the whole fuller picture, everybody that is there. The concept of them taking care of not only their children, but their lion as well. I mean, they need to make sure he is good and fed as well, you know, and I love making good meals. I love the kitchen. That's like my safe space as well. If I'm not on the machine, I'm in the kitchen creating something exciting. So I'd say being a lioness would definitely be one thing that I'd be the one, you know, out there. And I'm currently out there. I'm constantly out there looking for the best thing.
You are.
Yeah.
So tell me now, spa, day, or hiking?
Hiking.
Definitely.
Yeah, hiking. Mainly because with hiking, it's really unpredictable in that it could take you an hour to complete your route, but within it all, you're thinking, you're pondering, you're seeing so much scenery, birds chirping. I mean, the list is quite endless. So I'd say hiking for me would be the ideal activity to do. Spa day is great, but I feel like it's so limited. Like you are laying on there and all you're doing is being held, which is great. That hand of I like that. I love that. But I want to go hike and see new things and think and hear other things in my ear, and that is God. I just want to connect. So I'd say hiking.
I'm getting to know her. Listen, we have so many things that are similar, Mandisa and I, but when it's come to hiking,
it doesn't work for you.
Let me slide there, let them doffer me.
Really? I'd rather be outside. I love walking. I love being active. Okay, well, I haven't been in the gym in a very long time.
Yeah.
But I've got 2 boys, so you can just imagine just how much energy they have. And that's literally my life every day. So I can't imagine myself laying there. And also, here's the thing about me. I'm constantly working. Whatever it is that I'm doing, wherever I am, I'm working on something. Be it I'm on the phone. If I'm on the phone, I'm not chatting. I'm doing something. Trust me, I'm working. So that if I'm hiking, I know for a fact if I'm not going to be connecting or whatever it is that I need to be, I'm going to be working on something. I need to be active and doing something, you know? Yeah.
Are you comfortable?
I am comfortable. I just want to pass out, actually. It's still morning.
Yeah. My sister, we are always doing something. Even around the house, you literally find us in bed, but we're doing something.
Yeah.
We always have something up our sleeves. Like, right now, look at what I have underneath.
Oh my gosh. I have this. This is what I found. Absolutely love this for a circular cream dress. Very flowy, just to trim it there at the bottom. Probably like a few lines here and there. Maybe inspired by what Xhosa culture, what we love doing with our stuff. So yeah, like I think this would absolutely be beautiful on just a cream beautiful dress. Yeah.
My sister, did you know growing up that you are going to live an impactful life? Did you know that?
You understand?
Ooh, that is hectic. That is a major compliment. But the one thing that I knew for a fact, for sure, is that I would be in fashion somehow. And I say this because, growing up, I used to love sketching a lot. And my dad used to tell me, like, this is what you're going to get into. And for a very long time, I believed so. But at the same time, you know, when you grow up, you explore different talents and different gifts that you've got. And I sang, I wrote and recited poetry, I danced, I painted, I did everything underneath the sun to explore myself, which my parents really encouraged. And so when I had to go study, I chose to go study psychology. Yeah. I went, and when I went, my dad was so shattered. He was so sad. He was just like, Nanam, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be in fashion. Like, this is what we spoke about growing up. This is what you're supposed to do. And guess what? It all came full circle. I graduated, and next thing you know, I started sewing. But I started sewing through learning. In terms of being impactful, that is a major thing to take on. But I really do pray that I do inspire somebody with my journey. Because I do believe that our lives aren't our own. We are called for something so much greater than ourselves. And that is other people. We are called to serve. I strongly do believe in that. And that's what I really want Amari women and Amari men to really speak of. That we are here for you, not necessarily we're just here to take from you. And if that is being impactful, and then I guess that's what it is.
No, it is.
Thank you.
I feel like let's move this conversation to our table.
Ooh.
You know why I'm bringing it to the table? Because I always feel like you're one of those women that always pull a chair for the next sister and say, have a seat in the table.
Oh man.
You are invited in. We see you, we love you, we recognize you. That is why I started this series where I celebrate people that I feel are not just living for themselves. It's bigger than that. So let's move it to
that table, darling.
We are carrying on with our conversation with my sister Mandisa Phongqo, the founder of the Amari Men and Amari Women. I want to know something because Mandisa is one of those people that I feel is inspiring other people. Who inspires you? Who encourages you? who supports you? Who's that person that you go to when you say, I'm so tired, I'm drained, I'm emotional, I'm victorious, I'm winning, I'm happy, I'm sad. I need you to correct me. I need you to rebuke me. I need you to tell me to sit this one down. I need you to say to me, I can pursue this. Who is that person for you?
Sure, there are so many people in my life that do that. Of course, I'm going to start with my parents.
Yes.
It all starts with the foundation. My parents have always been very open to me exploring all of me with
Yes.
no bounds.
Yes.
If I can tell you the amount of trips my parents had to do to take me to auditions, to take me to this, to take me to that, and they never once said, where is this all taking you? What are you doing? They've never asked me that question. It's always been, what are you doing tomorrow? Why are you sitting today?
Yes.
Don't we have any, like, they've always had that thing. You need to explore yourself, make those mistakes.
Yes.
In as much as, yes, there were the typical parents who will shout at you
Yes.
and scold you if, for example, you do something that is wrong. But if anything, my parents allowed us to make mistakes, learn from them, and then help us up, and then walk again with us. So I'd say first it's that foundation that I've always had. And then I'd say within my current space, it would have to be my children, my husband. It's always been those people who are constantly reminding me of who I am, and not to forget that I need to push until I fully succeed in what I ought to be doing. Just last year when we went to Mr. South Africa, my son was like, Mommy, are you going to enter again today? I feel like you were so good. No. And I was like, no. There's a lot to do this year. Yes. Maybe in a few years' time again, but right now, Mommy needs to focus on other things.
Yes.
But I've got a world of people. I've got a friend of mine, Uzetu. I've got another friend of mine, Ulinda, who are constantly pushing me.
Yes.
And I've got different people for different things. There are people who push me from a spiritual point of view.
Yes.
I've got people who push me from a business point of view.
Yes.
I've got like different people who just constantly pour into me. So I can't really narrow it down to one person. But yeah, my parents, my family setup, my friends that I've mentioned,
Yes.
Those are people that are constantly pushing me to be the best version of myself. And my pastor is just phenomenal.
Yes.
Like every Sunday session is almost not just a moment of him preaching, but he motivates us to constantly remember that in as much as, yes, it's not about you, but you need to always remember to be the best version of yourself. What I love that he loves to say, and that's literally my continuous, not mantra, but it's my continuous, a reminder of why I need to be doing what I do. And that he always says the greatest compliment you can ever get is God asking you to partner in building what he is building. And for me, that's literally the driving force behind everything that I do. It's me serving and ensuring that I'm building what he is building, not what I want to build. So yeah. Yeah, he's amazing.
We can be doing so many things, my sister, and if our motivation is not to build the kingdom of God, then what are we doing it for?
Sure.
What is the purpose behind it?
Sure.
As a woman in business, I'm sure that there are challenges that you face along the way. Have you ever faced a challenge and you were like, did I hear you right, Lord? Did you call me to be in this space? And if you have faced something like this, how did you overcome?
The challenges are vast, hey, quite honestly. There's so many. I don't even know where to start. When you start a business, my business is still very young. It's still a very young business. But she's finding herself slowly but surely. Challenges that come are finances. There's a lot of that because in all honesty, when you start a business on your own, with your own, I don't want to say strength because you're being carried by God, but when you're carrying a business with what you currently have, it is so tough.
Yes.
When I tell you, there are times that you're just like, okay, God, when is the next meal going to come from? It is a tough journey to embark upon, but is one that you need to allow yourself to truly walk, because the sacrifices that you're making and the seeds that you're planting will one day come to fruition. And how I usually overcome such challenges when it comes to the financial aspect of things, or if, for example, an order is taking longer than I anticipated, and probably this is getting to my clients. I always go back to the idea of why I started.
Yes.
Do not give up.
Yes.
There will be challenges, and you need to allow yourself to walk through them and not let them define where you're headed. Because I remember Miles Monroe once said, if we were to ask God, because you already know where you're starting, where the ending is, but if we were to ask God what it looks like in between, we would not journey at all.
Absolutely.
We would refuse to be like, God, don't choose me. I'm not your strongest soldier.
Yes.
Do not choose me for this process. But you never truly know what the process is. But a lot of the times you know where you're headed, but you don't know what the plan or the process looks like.
Yeah.
And if you knew, you would not journey, regardless of what the end looks
Absolutely.
like. But what I love about God is that He journeys through it all with you, because you're not called for yourself. And so He journeys with you. One of my clients likes to say, His will, His bill. If He has called you for it, He will pay for it. And I've seen God pay for it.
Absolutely.
I have seen God make provision in moments where I'm just like, how did this happen? You know, just when I'm just like, okay, bank account does not look pretty. Next thing you know, boom, I'm like, okay, now I can actually do this, you know? So there's always, my way of overcoming it is understanding that it's not, I didn't call myself. And so God needs to make the provision. Not that I'm not going to put in the work. I will put in the work, but God cannot leave me stranded for what He has called me for, you know? So I think that's what honestly just keeps me going, knowing that it's not my process, it's His, but I've surrendered to the process.
There is this generation of women that are coming after us. They are watching us. They are learning from us. That is why I'm saying social media is such a powerful, powerful resource. Because there are people who are sitting there that look at us. They inspired by us. They are connecting to us. They are relating to us. What do you want them to know? What legacy are you building for the next generation of women, of men that are coming and looking at us and saying, if she can do it, I can do it?
Firstly, beyond everything, like the generation that's coming behind us, there's a mantra that I give every morning. My kids have to say this. I'll record them. They have to always say, I am loved by God. I am talented. I'm smart. I am worthy. And the last part for me, I am worthy. And I say that in a sense, you don't feel entitled per se, but just know that you should not allow anybody to walk all over you, first and foremost. You are worthy of being loved. You are worthy of being taken care of. That's number one, first and foremost. And that's the one thing that I really want people to constantly remember in their minds, that do not allow anybody to walk all over you. But when another girl is looking at me, I want her to know that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. I learned how to sew through Mimi G styles on YouTube. I didn't go to school. All I know is that in 2021 April month end, God was like, go buy a machine, go buy materials, and buy patterns. I didn't know any of what I am doing, but all I knew was that He asked me to do this. I wanted to do it during COVID, and He said, don't do it. It's not time. And in as much as I kept kicking myself to say, like, we're all in this house, I could be learning how to sew. He was like, it's not time. It's not time for you to start. And I listened. 2021, I decided to go buy all those things, and I started learning how to sew on Mimi G Styles on YouTube. And if there's anything that I've come to learn with it, is that you can literally achieve anything you put your mind to. Like literally when you were born, your fists were like this. That means there was so much that God had deposited within you. The God that we serve is creative. The fact that He was able to come up with beings like us, and we are all different. In as much as we can say, the reality is we all come with our unique attributes that God has placed on us or within us. And that's a creative God that we have. And I strongly do personally, and I stand corrected. I strongly believe if we were created in the likeness of God, then we are all creatives in some way. Be it in speech, be it in what you can imagine, be it with what you can create. We are all creatives. Find that one thing that speaks to who you are and what God has called you for, and explore yourself fully and don't ever limit yourself. If there's anything my journey has taught me is that don't limit yourself to what you are able to do. Like, do not. And with my journey of learning how to sew and the challenges that I've been through, I've documented everything. Like, every time I would learn how to do this, like, go all the way to 2021, you'll see everything from where I started, how I started. And I was very open about that journey so that people don't assume that you have to go get, not that studying is wrong, not that you should fixate your mind upon, I need to go get that qualification in order for me to be able to do that sewing course or whatever the case may be. You are able to do it in the comfort of your own home. Anything is possible. And that's what I want my journey to really speak of. You are worthy, number one. Number two, and anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. There is something that you touched on which resonates with me so much. You mentioned that in 2020 when we were dealing with COVID, you felt in your spirit, let me do it, and God said no. I'm thinking of Jesus as a 12-year-old, knowing exactly who he was. 100% God, 100% man. I'm thinking of him sitting with the elders and teaching, and his mom and dad are looking for him. And he's like, don't you know I have to be about my father's business? And I'm looking at him, he had to literally, God had to restrain himself for showing us
who he is,
potential, that this is who I am, because it was not yet a season.
Exactly.
When it came to this particular series, I saw that, okay, this is what I'm meant to be doing. But I was doing other things. 2 years ago, God said, this is what you're meant to be doing. But I was doing other things. I was doing other things because we served a patient God. He was patient. He was like, I'm going to allow you to do what you need to do. But what I've said, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it. Responding to him, obviously it's obedience, but it's also you coming to terms with the fact that I've come at the end of myself and I am surrendering to you. I want your will to be perfected. When it comes to who do I bring into this table, he said, you bring in this person and this person and this person, because he knows that there is a sister out there, a brother out there that is looking, and they just want to feel like I can connect with her. I'm not alone. I'm not going to do this alone. I can start small. I can try.
With nothing. You can start with nothing. Yeah.
So we are not just here for ourselves. Hence, it's called living a life worth mentioning. We are mentioning your life because you are touching other lives. And they don't ever change. We have a thing that we do here at A Life Worth Mentioning TV. I don't know if you can recognize the picture in...
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so dope.
You are one of those people. You are a mother, you're a friend, you're a sister, you're a daughter. You have a team behind you. You have a tribe of women that feel like they have to come and you need to pour into them. As you can see, this water is filled to the brim. You are constantly pouring into us, pouring into your boys, pouring into hubby, your friends, mom. Every single aspect of your life, there is somebody that says, Mandisa, I need you to show up for me. I'm going to ask you to please make sure that you're always full. Because you cannot pour when you're empty, and we need you. So please fill yourself, whatever fills Mandisa's cup to the brim, because you're going to come and make a deposit. We cannot make a deposit if you are already insufficient. Fill yourself, because we need to learn from you. We need to constantly be inspired by you, encouraged by you, but also allow yourself to be vulnerable with us and say, I want to show up for you, Pearl. But at the moment, I need to show up for Mandisa. I really want to help you. I want to be able to be on the phone with you and console you and comfort you, but I am consoling myself. Fill yourself to the brim, my sister, so that when we come and we make a deposit, you are already full.
Amen to that. I love that.
Where do we find you on social media?
On social media. So you'll find me on Instagram as Mandisa_Punu. Mandisa_Punu. And then there's Amari Women, which is Amari_Women. And then I've got Amari Men, which is Amari Men, one word, if I'm not mistaken. This is all on Instagram. And then on Facebook, it's Mandisa Punu.
This is A Life Worth Mentioning. We do Pearl Holster. Till next time.
Bye.